Hey, hello friends, and welcome back to another video of this series. In this video series, we are making this wonderful hardware from scratch where we are covering the basic fundamental concepts. In this video, we are going to talk particularly about the 4G LTE modem. Now, there are many companies that provide these modems. So we have Quectel, we have Maclink, we have Cavli, Neoway, uBlock, SimCom, Telit, Fibocom. So all these companies offer different variants, and now these different variants are for different regions. When it comes to, let's say, China or Asia Pacific, India, so you have a very different series. Okay, and when it comes to North America and all, you have a different series. Now these are all dictated by the bands. Okay, so in this video we are going to understand what are all the LTE bands and what is the regional compatibility. We'll be talking about which bands are used in India, US, Europe and China. So if in case you are making a hardware for US or a European region, maybe you need to choose a very different version of the same module or a very different module itself. Okay, we'll be talking about how you can check whether the carrier support for that particular module is available. So in India, you have Geo, Airtel, whereas in Europe and US, you have this AT&T, Verizon. We'll be talking about what sort of a certification this module comes with and also how to choose. So there are different types of modules. So there are Cat-1, Cat-4, Cat-M1, NB-IoT modules. So how you decide based on your requirement whether to go with a Cat-1 or Cat-4. Then we'll be having some selection tips which we will discuss. And then we'll be talking about the interface options, firmware drivers, and AT command supports. Before going ahead with the video, I would like to thank Altium for sponsoring this video series. So Altium is one of the best PCB designing software available, and one of the key differentiator or the feature that Altium offers is Altium 365, where you can manage your electronic product development end to end. So if in case you are working with different stakeholders, someone is managing the CAD, someone is managing the requirements, someone is managing the library, part library, procurement, and someone is doing QC testing, assembly. So everything can be managed through Altium 365. So multiple stakeholders can work end to end to deliver a product. To understand more in detail, you can watch this video over here, and I have a link in the description. Go check that link out. So let's go ahead with the video. So let's first start with the LTE band. Now LTE band, you have band 1, band 3, band 5, band 8. Band 1 is widely used in Europe and Asia. Band 3, which is 18 megahertz, right? So this is very common globally, and this is especially used in India. We have band 5, which is 850 megahertz. This is popular in US and also in India for fallback for your 3G. So there are modules that can do a fallback whenever a network of 4G is not available. It can fall back to 2G as well as 3G. And band 8, which is 900 megahertz, this is used in Asia Pacific and also in Europe, Middle East and Africa. And there are global modules as well that supports like 10 to 20 plus bands, and that has global compatibility. In case you are using this module, you can use anywhere in the world. But the problem, or I can say the trade-off here, is you have to spend a lot of extra dollars. Okay, so these modules will be costlier than any of the specific modules you go for. Talking about in India or US, Europe, and China, this is how the band supports. So in India, we have B3, B5, B40, then B41, and these are being used by Geo, Airtel, Vodafone. In US, you have the same. The way we have in India, you have the B2, B4, B5, B12, B13, B17, B66, and these are all the telecom operators or the carriers. Okay, same for the Europe and China. Now let's dig more into detail how you will be able to find. So this is a website frequencycheck.com. Okay, you can go and search either the country. So let's say if you search for India, these are the Indian carriers that operates telecom carriers that operates in India. So if you click on Airtel, so they have this GSM bands, okay, for their 2G and all. But when you talk about the 4G LTE, right? So you can clearly see over here they have this B40, they have this B1, which is 21 megahertz, And then this is B3. So B3 is the most common for India, and this is what Airtel supports. And then they have this B5, B8. So you would have seen Edge, right? So all those bands and other, it is basically switches. Whenever that network is not available, right, it switches to the other band. Here you can read more details, like when it came into inception, when they started with, and these are the 5G bands. Okay, so in this video we are just restricting our discussion to 4G. Okay, if in case you want to understand more in details, this is Cavali Wireless, one of the blog, where you can go and understand about the cellular frequency band, network technologies, TDD and FDD in LTE. Okay, and also what is there in your NB-IoT and things like that. This is another website which is everythingrf.com. Here you can go and see all the bands. What is the uplink band, downlink band? So uplink band has a range, okay, and what is the bandwidth? So bandwidth is basically the gap between the uplink and the downlink. There are good number of videos in terms of the LTE communication and the bands. You can search over internet and learn. So this is what all these TDD bands, FDD bands, okay. Now, when we talk about modules like these, right? So you have this LTE Cat-1. Okay, so first of all, what this Cat-1 means, right? So before going ahead with Cat-1, Cat-4, let's first see all the specifications. Okay, so if you click over here, you will be able to see all the modules that comes from Quectel. So you have the 4G module, you have the 2G module, then you have 5G module, then you have independent GNSS solutions as well. So in our hardware, we are going to choose this series, which is EC200U. Okay. Now the full part number, right? The full part number will be EC200U-XX. So now this XX represents, so if in case it is CN, it is meant for China and India. Okay. And these are the LTE, FDD bands and TDD bands it supports. Okay. If it is EU, it supports for Europe and Asia Pacific. Okay. If it is AU, then it supports these all bands. Okay. So if you talk, right, so you have the same hardware, or I can say the same module with different series that specifically you can use for your project. So if in case you are making a hardware for Europe, you will go with EC200U-EU. Okay. And then you have A series as well. So this is a U series and this is A series. So A series supports your LTE Cat-4. Okay. Then another one version which is there, right here, you have the mini connector. So it's basically adaptable board or carrier board that comes along with this. I'll show you. Okay, so let's first understand what is this LTE Cat-1 Cat-4 represents. Okay, so let me go back to the slide. So here, if you see, right, Cat-4, right, here the downlink speed is up to 150 megabits per second, okay, and the uplink is around 50 megabits per second. So it's very huge. So in case you are making something where you have to stream videos, okay, you have to stream videos, you are using it for routers or the gateways, right? So then you will go for Cat-4. And in Cat-1, let's say if you are making a hardware, a generic IoT or a telematics in our case, where the throughput or the data throughput is not that huge, where we are not working with any sort of a real-time streaming of data in terms of video or a very big file size. Okay, you can go for Cat-1. So we'll be going with the Cat-1. And if you see the latency part in Cat-4, it's very slow, whereas in Cat-1 it is low. Okay, latency is basically the delays that comes, but this latency, right, it's when we say real time, it's very quick, but when you compare across this, you can see this is very low, middle and high. In terms of power uses, Cat-4 uses high power as compared to the other categories. The reason being, the throughput of data is way too high, so obviously the consumption is high. The module cost is high because we are dealing with a high spec hardware. Okay, and mobility support, it has full mobility support, right? In case of NB-IoT, it is limited because this has been done for the static use case. So we are not covering this NB-IoT or Cat M1 in this video. But if in case you want to understand this, do comment in the comment section. I will try to put another video for this. Now this comes with a voice support use cases, global availability. Yes, it is high because Cat-1 and Cat-4 is globally supported in every region almost. Okay. Now EC25, SIM 7600, right? So this is from Quectel, this is from SimCom. So these are the modules which are there on Cat-4. And then Cat-1, you have EC200U as we saw in our comparison or the full product list. Okay. Now there are global modules as well. So let me show you the global module. So if you talk about this module, right? See, this module, the same footprint or the same, so you design one single PCB, just change the part based on the region you want to operate. And this supports Japan, Latin America, then you have this carrier Verizon, then North America, Europe, Asia Pacific. Okay. So it covers almost all the regions. So these are the uh, global parts. And if you talk about another one, so this is one EG21. This also supports almost all the bands. Okay, this supports almost all the bands. And the only trade-off when I compare this with what we are selecting, which is EC200U-CN, is the cost. Okay. So this is about how you can go and compare the modules and smartly decide which module to select. Okay. Now there is a very good company. The reason I like this company, Cavali Wireless, because this is an Indian company, and they have the R&D here done in India. And if you see, the research and development is in Asia Pacific, which is in Kochi, India. Okay, and they have the global sales support and everything, and they have a lot of series. So they have this Cat-4 series, Cat-1 series. So maybe in upcoming videos, we'll go with the C10QM, okay, or we can go with this CQ16, okay, or 17QS. Now, the wonderful part about this modules are, if you see, right, this has a internal SIM, okay, so you can have a eSIM also inside, and it works for D4 is also available. It has the built-in GNSS. Now all these modules, I missed one of the point. Yeah. So if you see over here, right? Yeah. So GNSS is optional. Okay. Wi-Fi scan is optional. Bluetooth is optional. So let's say in your case, if you don't need GPS and you are just using this as a edge device or a DTU, data transmission unit, as a device, in that case you don't need this GNSS or the GPS. So the moment you go for that series, the series will be same, the part number would be different, and you can save the cost. Okay, so you can almost save around 1 to 1.5 dollars if in case you are not going with the GNSS, you are not going with the 2G fallback. Yep. So here, if you see, it supports almost all the global bands, and it has this Navig. Okay, so Navig is going to be very popular in India, and it support Navig. It support Galileo, which is from I think Galileo is from Europe. Then you have GLONASS, which is from Russia. GPS from US, and PDS and QSS is from Japan. This is again a top version of a regional version of GPS. Okay, so yeah, so this is maybe in upcoming videos I'll try to make one hardware using this. Now let's so this is a website from Pallav Agarwal. He also runs a YouTube channel, and he covers a lot of these tear downs, and he has all this tear down done for this Paytm soundbox. Then you have all the connectivity modules. So he has done a tear down of all these different modules. So if we talk about, let's say, a vehicle tracking system, right, which is a GPS tracker, and here inside, if you see, it uses Quectel MC60, and this is again a made in India project. And this is a 2G modem, but we are more interested in 4G. Okay, when you talk about something like this, which is very popular in terms of the UPI payment, so this is a Paytm box, and if you see inside this, right, it uses the same Quectel EC200 UCN, and he has even done the tear down of all these modules. So as I told, right, uBlocks is made in Austria, and it is one of the most reliable and the costlier module available. But if in case you are making it for a specialized product, maybe for a drone, maybe for a automotive, so you can go ahead with something like this. Then you have EC200U, which is what we are selecting. Inside this, if you see, there is a chipset from Unisoc, and then you have this RF chipsets over here. Okay, this is from SimCom. So this is also one of the popular 4G modem, which is A7672S. Inside this, you have the ASR, and again you have the RF chipsets. Okay, this is the Cavli 60 C16QS, and the reason this Cavli is superior, when I say superior, right, in terms of the selection of the chipset. So if in case you are making some product for overseas market in Europe, US, okay, so you can go with Cavli, though it will be little costlier than Quectel. But the reason being this, because here it uses the Qualcomm. Okay, though there are some series over here that uses Qualcomm. Okay, but uh, Cavli is made in India. If in case you are making it something in India, I would suggest to go ahead with this. Okay, so we understood about Cat-4, Cat-1, and these are all the certifications uh, that these regions have. Okay, now let's talk about how the hardware selection tips are. Okay, so if in case you are selecting EC200U-CN, you can use the same hardware for Europe, Australia. Okay, just changing the chipset, or you can go with a global part number that will give you compatibility with all the different regions. Okay, interfacing options, USB, UART, SPI, okay, and the firmware driver and AT commands. So for that, you can simply come over here. This is EC200U. If you can come over here, right, you can see there is 3 UART. In the mini PCLE C series, right, you have just one UART. So based on whatever your other peripheral communication channels is required, you can select. Okay, and every of these companies, Quectel or Cavli, these companies make smart modules as well. So these are the smart modules where you can directly. So if you see here, they have this Qualcomm chipset, and you can directly run Android over here. Okay, you can run Linux over here. Okay, so in Cavli also you have that in place. Let me show you. So Cavli, let's say CQ20, right? So this is Cat-4 modem, and if you come over here, you can see, you can, so it has all the global support. It has an integrated eSIM. It supports your Cavli Hubble. Okay, and if you talk about the OS part, you can have your Yocto Linux build over here. Okay, so this was all about this video. If in case you like this video, please like it, give a comment so that I can improve my video, and do share this channel to your friends so that they can learn things. Thanks for watching. Thank you.